This is the Brave New Coin Crypto Conversation, hosted by Andy Pickering.
Hi everyone, Andy Pickering here. I'm your host and welcome to the Crypto Conversation, a Brave New Coin podcast where we talk to the people building the future in the Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency space. My guest today is Mikko Ohtamaa. Miko is the CEO and co-founder of Trading Strategy, which is an algorithmic trading protocol for the decentralized crypto markets. Welcome to the show, Miko.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you here, Miko. So what we do at the beginning of the show is we always get the guest to introduce themselves, and it's always useful for myself and the listeners to hear the guest's perspective on their background. And I can see you've got a very deep and interesting background in the blockchain space. I can see you've been in the industry since 2012, which is early by any stretch. And I believe you were once the CTO of LocalBitcoins, which many people will remember. So let's hear it from you, Miko. Please tell us a little bit about your background and story in the lead up to co-founding Trading Strategy.
Thank you. So you are correct. So I was the CTO of LocalBitcoins around the time it was founded, 2013, 2014. So it was one of the first Bitcoin exchanges in the world and one of the first peer-to-peer markets. Later on, when Ethereum was founded, and then when people created a token, so we had first time we had a ERC20 tokens that was separate from the blockchain itself. I was doing smart contracts. I was doing some of the first smart contract audits in the world for Ethereum. And then I was a co-founder of a company called Token Market that was doing ICOs and later STOs for different companies. And now, 10 years later from the start, I'm a co-founder of a company called Trading Strategy AI. That's, as Andy says, it's a algorithmic trading solution for DeFi, which means that instead of having a human to make trades, deciding like what to buy and what to sell and when, we have machines and we have a code for doing for you. So basically automating the trading or traders.
Got it. Thank you, Miko. And I've just been looking at the Trading Strategy website, which listeners will be in the show notes, but it is simply tradingstrategy.ai. Yeah, so as Miko, as you said, it's described as a next generation algorithmic trading protocol for the decentralized markets, but I suppose specifically for DeFi. Just talk us through a little bit of the platform, Miko. So how long has this been in existence? I guess what's the origin story? And then we can move to some of the use cases and I suppose the target audience as well.
Yeah, very good question. So we have been around for a year and 1.5 years now. So we started around a year ago, a little bit further. I think it was December 2021. And last spring, we did our seed round and then raised seed capital. And now we are a team of 10 people. So we have been working for this in what is called build stage for now, for almost a year. And we are getting ready. So we are still a little bit pre-launch, but we are getting ready. And the problem we are trying to solve is that if you are a semi-professional trader or even a professional trader, and you want to automate your trading, so there are a few ways to do it. First of all, what's the Wall Street way is that you can give your money to some hedge fund that is doing trading. So we have this kind of quant hedge funds that are trading with other people's money, and they are basically offering their quants, the people who are developing these algos and their infrastructure, and they take in money and they will trade it, and it's very secretive industry. And it's not possible for retail people or average Joes, because the ticket sizes to get into these funds is they are like large. They're like 100K USD or more. Then on the other end of the spectrum, let's say that you are a hobby trader, or you are just like a semi professional, or what we call degen in the DeFi. So you are like addicted to crypto trading. And for you, the option is so-called trading bots. So there are a couple of services that offer these trading bots where you can go in, where you can pay for the subscription using your credit card, and you can connect them to your centralized exchanges and so on. The problem with this trading bot service website model is that these services are very risky, and they are very shady. So we know for sure that anybody who was using a trading bots on FTX are now done. And also the largest trading bot service in the world, 3 Commas, it has been now exposed that they were just stealing user funds, because to be a user of this service, you need to give them your exchange API key. And it became public in last November that 3 Commas, they were trying to blame users that, okay, you are leaking your API keys, but it was actually exposed that it was just insider fraud, and they were just outright stealing your money.
Is that right? I wasn't aware of that in terms of 3 Commas, Miko. Maybe I haven't been keeping up with the news and kind of the algorithmic trading bot space, but I have heard of 3 Commas. I know they were one of the bigger platforms at one stage, but that's terrible.
Yeah, I know users who have personally lost like millions of dollars of USD because of the 3 Commas. So that's there, and I can happy to share some links after the recording with you, so you can look it up.
Sure.
Any case, that's the problem space we are dealing with. So now when FTX is done, so we started to work before the FTX incident happened. So we started to see that, okay, there are people who want to be better in their trading. They want to automate it. They want to they can't stay on computer 24/7, and they know how to do it, but the tools to do it is just like not very good, or they are limited in the very, very sophisticated audience like hedge funds. And we thought about like, okay, what are the tools that these people are using, and can we bring them to like larger audience, and can we also make it safer in a sense that instead of taking the counterparty risk with the centralized exchanges, you can use these DEXs and DeFi venues where you know that there's no counterparty risk. The only human in the equation is you with your private key, and it's transparent. So you know when you either develop or run or invest of one of these algorithms, you can see all the transactions going on chain, and you know that nothing shady is happening. And that's our vision. So basically bringing these high quality tools from a professional trading world to a DeFi, and expose them to more DeFi traders, so that they can trade safer, easier. They can have a better risk controls for the trades, that they don't get wiped out over the night, and they can basically get better in trading, and that way we democratize the trading world in a sense that it's not only Wall Street, but we can give the opportunity of the Wall Street for everybody.
Got it. Thank you, Miko. And just to explain, so I get that you're kind of making this platform so that just normal, let's say non-trader people are able to access reasonably sophisticated algorithmic trading strategies. And these trading strategies can be provided by anyone who has the capability of designing one, I suppose. how does it work in terms of access to that marketplace for those strategies, and what's the kind of the quality control to ensure that only high quality back tested battle hardened strategies are made available to people?
Yeah, very good question again. And the model we are having, it's not the new. So we have a couple of very old services that have been operating this kind of models already on stock markets and maybe a little bit on a cryptocurrency exchanges. I think most famous is called Quant Connect, that is doing mostly stock market, as I understand. And what we are basically offering is that if you are let's call you a investor or trader, so you just want to get yield or interest for your money, and you want to see if this kind of strategy is one of the way to a diverse portfolio. And for that audience, the experience on our website is the same as in yield farming services or yield farming protocols. So if you have ever used Yen Finance, if you have used Harvest, if you have used StakeDAO, what you get is kind of a list of different strategies. They usually trade or farm different tokens. And then you have two buttons where it says invest and deposit. So that's what you get, the kind of a menu where you can select. And when it comes to trading, so we can, if we assume that the markets are more or less perfect, this is not near the case for cryptocurrencies yet, but it usually goes that the higher reward you want to get, like let's say that more profit you want to make, more risk you take. So profit is simply measured how many percent your money goes up in a year. Let's call it the yearly returns. And risk is usually measured what is called a maximum drawdown. So what's the maximum drop that you might lose once or in a period of time if you invest in this strategy. And then it's up to you as a user to choose like how much risk you want to take. Are you looking for like lottery tickets, or are you just want to beat the inflation? Or you want to find a strategy that is has a tight risk controls, which usually means that it has a tight stop losses, that it doesn't, it gets out from the market if it starts moving down very fast. And if you want to get 10% return on a year, or if you want to get this 40% return on a year, but you are willing to lose all of your capital. That's basically the landscape we keep for you. And then it's up to your choice. Like it also depends, like you might have personal preferences, like these blockchains, these DEXs, these tokens, and so on. You want to only trade on Bitcoin or whatever is there on the DeFi markets.
Got it. Thank you, Miko. And it says on your website that for traders, investors, for DeFi users wanting to use the platform, it says sign up to the wait list. Is that just because the website's out of date, or is this still the case? Just talk us through is the platform live at the moment? Are you beta testing? What's the situation?
Correct. So we are not live yet. So we are still building it. So it's not ready, so to speak. So we can't let you in. And we are expecting to get there later this year. And even before we get to a public launch, we are going to have a private beta strategy. So basically letting people in on a whitelist and have some controls so that we don't expose everybody to everything once, because like with all products, there's going to be some kinks at the early stages, and we don't want somebody to come in with a large sum of money and we are still like figuring out the bugs and so on. And the worst case is that something bad happens and we lose money. So that's why we are rolling it out slowly, and we are starting with the private strategies.
Yeah, understood. And so just explain what should people do then for those people who are interested in potentially using tradingstrategy.ai when it goes live, or even better, perhaps participating in some of the testing. Maybe there's some developers or quants or some strategy guys out there who are interested in providing some strategies for testing. I see you've got a Discord server. What should people do?
Yeah, so we have two audiences here. So the first one is the strategy developers. So if you are a quant yourself and okay, you see that the on-chain, blockchains, DeFi is the future, and the old-fashioned banking world is going down in flames very soon, and you want to switch the sides. So for developers, we are already offering pretty much everything. So we are offering you the what we call the market data feeds, all the historical data. We are offering you the live data from DeFi markets. We are offering you the development tools to create strategies. So if you go to our documentation, you can find a couple of example strategies that you can straight away get on your computer. You can run it yourself and you can start editing it. And we are also offering you some assistance. Okay, that if you want to be early adopter, we can help you to get these strategies live in a private mode. So that's already there, and we have a couple of early partners. So we have some traders from London, we have some traders from the United States that are in this phase that we are now figuring out how this works, and they are testing out the development tools. Then for the actual everyday users who are just looking to trade themselves. Unfortunately, we don't have much for you yet. So as you say, we have a Discord, we have the Telegram channel, we have the newsletter, and if you come there, we can definitely entertain you with the conversation. Like this is how the strategies are looking. This is the future. We can get you some early feedback, but we can't take in your money yet.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Miko. I think it'd also be good to maybe just switch gears at the moment and just talk about the wider DeFi ecosystem, and perhaps we can do that by comparing and contrasting it to the perceived potential for a banking crisis that could be happening perhaps in the West, in Europe, and of course in the US. Miko, you guys had a really good Twitter thread on this. So the Twitter thread was written March 13. So today's the 24th of March here in New Zealand, where I am today as we record. By the time this is published next week, it'll be closer to the end of the month. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Just a bit of context. In the thread, you talked about how, as the US banking system was crumbling, DeFi saw all-time high trading volumes across platforms such as Curve and Uniswap, and just it was a bit of a stress test, I think, for various DeFi protocols. There was some stablecoin wobbles just for a little bit, some small depegs, but everything seemed to run okay in DeFi. Meanwhile, we're not really sure what is happening in terms of the legacy banking system. The Fed is saying everything is okay, but you've got the likes of Balaji. I'm sure you've seen Balaji sound the alarm as to his thesis that essentially the banks are out of money, and there's going to have to be some kind of liquidity injection in the form of, well, essentially printing money, which could lead to hyperinflation, according to Balaji. So, look, I mean, this is big stuff. It's a lot going on, but just be interested in your thoughts, Miko, as to how you think DeFi fits into all of this.
We are going to see some rumbles in the near-term future, and I don't know what's going to happen, but everybody are kind of agreeing that it's going to be bad, more or less bad. So if it's bad as Palai says, like everything is going to go to zero and there's going to be hyperinflation, maybe not that bad, but at least there's going to be serious questions about the current banking system. And where DeFi comes to play is that because of its transparency that the banks or even centralized crypto exchanges don't have, people trust it more and it's more robust. And we have some good case studies from the past. So DeFi is very, very new, but we have a little bit of history. So what happened in March 2020 when the COVID pandemic started to spread around the world? There was a massive, massive crash on the stock markets, and it was like everything dropped. So stocks went down, cryptocurrencies went down, Bitcoin fell like crazy, and even in that kind of black swan event, the DeFi didn't break, so it was working. So Naked DAO might lose like a little bit of money, like they got like a minor haircut, but everything was working. Like nothing stopped, nothing needed to be bailed out, and it was the beauty of the system. And it again happened now in a FTX crisis, or well, I don't really think Luna was DeFi or Terra was DeFi, but it has been proven over and over again in 2021 and 2022 when crypto has crashed, that even if the valuations or values of cryptocurrencies go down, it doesn't break the blockchain itself. So there's some fundamental value in a blockchain and how we can do things on smart contracts and on accessible, transparent way.
Yes, indeed. And look, this is, I don't know if you've seen the news. I'm not sure if this has been 100% confirmed, but there's certainly a lot of people talking about it, reporting on it. So, but allegedly, Do Kwon was arrested earlier this morning and detained by authorities. He was traveling on falsified documents. And I think arrested at the Montenegro airport. Have you seen that?
Yeah, and I think it was just confirmed. So there was he was using he was trying to go to Dubai and he was using a fake Costa Rican passport. So I'm happy that it's finally over, because what's really perverse in the cryptocurrency culture is this kind of I don't call them thought leaders, but let's say celebrities or influencers like Doc One or FTX Sam or the Three Arrows Capital guys. Like they have clearly wronged people. They have clearly done some crazy, ugly shit, but they still, go on with their everyday life, and they are like nothing happened. They are tweeting and yeah, we are not hiding and so on. So it's kind of it's not good for cryptocurrencies, and it doesn't put our industry, at least, in a better light with all other problems. So I'm happy that these kind of cleanups are now happening, and I would say that any pain cryptocurrency advocates have are now going through is well deserved. But after the pain is over, after we have gone through this cleansing fire, I think we have a more solid foundation for the next cycle.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Still probably, some more to come there. I guess the Three Arrows Capital guys, they'll be a little bit more nervous wherever they are at the moment. Perhaps, yes, they'll stick where they are and won't try and travel for a while. Let's start to finish off then, Miko, and perhaps let's just do that by switching back to tradingstrategy.ai. Just again, make the case for why people should use your platform, both from the kind of just your casual everyday DeFi user who wants access to some of these algorithmic strategies, and of course for the more advanced traders who are writing and coding these strategies. I guess those are the two use groups. Why should those people come and look out what you guys are building at tradingstrategy.ai?
Yeah, for everyday trader, the pitch is simple. Like human can never beat the machine. So especially now with the AI coming out strongly, it's going to be more and more difficult for like you to function with your brain and 24 hours a day. It just becomes impossible to beat the machine. So what you need to do as a trader, you need to see how you can make a machine to work for you, and that's what we are offering. And then for the machine builders, so these guys who are creating these strategies or strategy developers, we are offering a very, very different opportunity for you what you would get in an investment bank or a hedge fund. Or well, those opportunities are not for you in the first place. It's only for people who live in the United States and have gone to a prestigious university. But we are bringing those opportunities for like everybody. So it doesn't matter if you come from India or if you come from New Zealand. If you are good with math and you like this kind of stuff, then we give you the opportunity to create these strategies and then let people to help you make them success.
Thank you, Miko. Very well said. Yeah, thank you for coming on the show. Really enjoyed talking to you. Close it out by perhaps just telling people, like, do you have a personal Twitter account? Does tradingstrategy.ai, is there a Twitter account that people can follow?
Yeah, so our Twitter account is called Trading Protocol. So that's our company's account. And if you want to connect me in a person, my own Twitter account is MOO9000. And I'm also for the just closing comment. I'm also for this year. I'm looking forward for Web3 social media that we can leave Twitter and the decentralized social medias behind and do everything on chain.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Miko. All the best, and bye for now.
Bye-bye.
All right, there you go. That was Miko from tradingstrategy.ai, the algorithmic trading protocol for DeFi. And Do Kwon arrested. So that'll be a big story. By the time you're listening to this, I guess we'll know all of the details. So as I say, it's too soon to say right now what's going on. But I'm going to go back to Twitter and have a look, see what I can find. Thank you very much to Miko for coming on the show today. Thank you for listening to the Crypto Conversation. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Crypto Conversation in whatever podcast app you are using. But that is it for today. Thanks, team. This was the Crypto Conversation for Brave and New Coins here.